What's up, YouTube? This is the Coin Bandit here. I got 5 rolls of quarters, 5 rolls of nickels, and 5 rolls of dimes, and 30 rolls of pennies. This is going to be how to hunt quarter video. And it'll be these 5 rolls of quarters. Alright, so this is all the stuff that you will need to hunt quarters. You'll need a screwdriver. I'll explain with that in a second. You need the U.S. coins. United States coins. It has a lot of, where's the quarters? Has a lot of the mintages on the coins. Then you'll need the Strike It Rich book with pocket change. And this is the nickel. Here's the quarters. And I'll have all the different airs on the quarters. If I can open it with one hand. Now, there's a lot of different airs. This one's only a 2021. So, there's the explains about the 2020 West Point. There's every single little air. But there's a lot of airs on the new 2021, 2, 3, and 4 quarters. Alright, so I'm going to put you up on my tripod and I'll get started. Alright, now that you're up there, the last 2 things that you'll need is albums if you want to gauge each date and mint, and a little magnifying glass. I have a bigger scope here, so that's what I use. You can get these at Harbor Freight. I'll show you. I'll get you down and show you it. Here's the scope. Got this from Harbor Freight. Alright, I'll get you back up there. Now, if you want to get started in the coin roll hunting for cheap, you can just use one of your flathead screwdrivers, a little magnifying glass I'm sure you have laying around, and then the way you'll get your roll wrappers is by uncrimping them like this. Then you can stuff the quarters back down in there once you've gone through them. And you don't need any fancy counter. There's 40 quarters in a roll. And whoops. And you just push them out. I'll push it into my hand. And then you can do a little something that's called edge hunting. It's where you look for a white line instead of these copper clad lines. I don't see any, but that would be your 90% silver. Or it could be a Canadian quarter. This is what they would look like. That's what a Canadian quarter would look like. It has that white line that silver would have, but I don't have a magnet right now. Alright, so that's what that would look like. I want to get out a silver quarter and show you what that would look like. So here we go. I dug out one of my silver quarters. It's a 53 Denver, and you know it's a silver quarter when there's a mint mark down there between the two. I don't know what you would call that. But anything 1964 and older would be silver for the dime and quarter. But for the half dollars, it would be 90% 64 and older. But the 65 to 70 would be 40% silver. That's only for the half dollars. So if you have a 65 quarter, it's not silver. So I'll show you what this looks like. You can kind of see where there's no copper line. I got this silver quarter out of a arcade machine. Alright, and I'm going to put this away and then I'm going to go through this roll with you. Alright, well, I'm not going to explain all the errors. That's at your Strike It Rich book with pocket change, but I'll go over the main errors that I look for. By the way, the quarter albums and the Strike It Rich book in the United States quarter coins, you can get that at your local Hobby Lobby. But it is cheaper to go to a coin store, I believe. So here with the ram, there's a little doubling on his horn. I'm going to see if this one has that. So he does not have that. So, and then I always like to make sure that's a P or D, because they did make S non-proof coins that were business strikes. So I guess they were meant it for business. I do not have one of those, but I've seen other YouTubers find them. Whoops. Alright, but if it does have an S mint mark and it has a frosty detail, that means it's a proof quarter. Let me get one of those. I have a proof album. So you can see the quarter there. It kind of has a frost-like finish on the details. And then you would know you had a proof. And those were only released in the mint sets. Alright, so I don't know of any errors on the Oklahoma quarter. See, this one has a Denver mint mark. Georgia. Nope. Ooh, and the Homestead quarter. It's a Denver. There's lots of errors on the bucket, leaky bucket. There's little bits of snow, chunks of dye. What's it called? I'll think of it. And then there's doubling in the window panes. Snow on the roof. What else was I trying to think of? I can't think. Die crack. No, not a die crack. I'll think of it later. I'll check this one. Has any of those errors? I don't see any. Yeah, I don't see any. Alright. It's called a die chip. Those how those ones. Here's another Denver quarter. Nope, no. There's no errors that I look for on this quarter. Ooh, keep knocking those over. And the 67, I don't look for anything on the 67. It's not silver. P. No, South Carolina quarter. Nothing I look for. No, nothing on the 2007 Utah that I look for. Okay, so this will be a 2022, I think. Now, there could be a little dye chip on his nose here. Kind of a freckle. And then a, right here in his jaw, right there. That could be filled in with metal, and that's another dye chip. The Drooling George is what they call it. I'll double check. This quarter does not have it. There's another one coming up. 84 quarter, nothing. Alright. Here's another one. I don't see anything on it. A lot of those you can see with your eyes. You aren't too old. Here's a 2023 quarter. Now some of these 2023s have them. I've only found a few. And this one has all sorts of problems on the back. But I'm not sure. I don't look for those. They're only worth like $2 on eBay, so they're worth a whole lot. Other Denver, nothing to look for on those. 87P, 2016 P, 2023. Let me check that. Nothing. 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 I can put down my screwdriver. Denver. Alright, so the Delaware quarter, right here, where the horse's mouth is, there's a little die crack that runs between the mouth of the horse to the side of the quarter. I'll see if this one has it, but it's worth $4 on eBay. Let me check. This coin does not have it. Alright, 93, no, 92, I mean, 87, 89D, P, no, 84, another P, 2007, Washington, P. Alright, so here's a Salt River Bay. Now, any of the 2020s and 2019s, you can see the date right there. Right here where the P is, it's either a P or a D. If it's a W, that's a West Point quarter. So those are worth 10 to $20 a piece, and they only made 2 million of each design. So they only made what would that be? 20 million of these quarters that have the W mint mark. Here in my drawer, do I have a Salt River Bay? Here we go. Here in my drawer, I have a Salt River Bay W. Right there. That one I found back in 2020. D. Now crossing the Delaware quarter. There's a little die chip up in his hat crook there. But if you have one that goes all the way across and fills that in, that can be worth a... Well, when they came out, they were worth $100 on eBay. So I've never found one. I've only found the ones in the little chip of his hat there. This one's a P. Alright. Now this one, this is another 2021. Now there's something called the Burning Building. I'm not sure exactly what it looks like. This one does not have it. I know that much, I think. My scope doesn't go that big of a detail for me to look for that Burning Building like other coin roll hunters. 98, 97, 2002, 95. Now when you first get started, here's a Tallgrass Prairie. This is a 2020. It's a P. When you first get started, you'll be going through that book a lot. The Strike It Rich book with pocket change. Virginia. But I've done enough that I know mostly what I would look for. Here's another 2024 National Park, 2020 National Park quarter. This one's a P. Alright, well, since I did not keep anything this roll, I know it's 40, so you can just put it back in the roll if you want. Alright, I'll bring you in when I open the next roll. I still like to make stacks of 10, and I can just stacks of 10. And then when I get 4 stacks, that's 40 quarters and $10 worth. Alright, that's how I would point that out. So then once you make sure you have 40 quarters, you can just drop them in. Then after that, that's about it. And then you don't have to buy a wrapper or anything. You just reuse them. And then I suggest you have a bank that you buy quarters from, or any denomination, and you have a dump bank where you drop off your coins. And then you can just take your thumb and push it down, or you could just fold it over. But I like to crimp them a little. Sometimes the bank will take them better if they're crimped, because they don't know that I hand crimped them. Alright, and then I like to do a couple marks on the side. Just like that. Maybe like that. And then I know these are mine. And I've already looked through those. That's if you're dropping at the bank that you buy coins from. Alright. Now this one was machine crimped. It doesn't look like it, but it is. You can generally tell if you've opened a lot of them. And then you can always go to Walmart and buy bags of wraps for like $5. And it'll be like that. And you can they're basically the same thing, just uncrimped. Or you can just fold them onto the quarters if you want. Alright, I don't see any silver or Canadian quarters. And then you can just spread them out and we'll get started again. Alright, so unless I see something, I'm not going to pull them up this time. So here's another 2020. It's a D, not the W. Let's scope that one. Pennsylvania, North Dakota. Here's a 2023 P, Kanaka Ole quarter. Let me check. That's a scoper. So this is how I normally go through. So any that I know that could have errors, I'll just put them to the side. Then I'll scope them. And then when I do my solo hunts, I play some music in the background, so it kind of keeps me entertained. Now here's another 2020. Ware Farms, Denver. D. 79, 87, Here's a another 2020p, another 2021. Let's scope that one. Alright, here's a new one. So a Kansas 2005 quarter. This one has a bit of damage, but right here the G on God and the T, whoops, I'm out of frame, sorry, sometimes are faded away. That's from a grease strike. So they'll be barely visible, if not visible. I've got some where the complete God and half a truss is gone. It was a pretty bad grease strike. This one does not have it. Here's another 2023. Now these 2018s are the ones that I see a lot of S business strikes. This one's a Denver. 87, 81. There's a Salt River Bay. It's a Denver. Denver. Alright. Move those. Alright. I'm going to scope these 5 quarters real quick. Alright. These coins do not have anything wrong, so I'll roll these later. This may be a 25-minute long video. Yeah, it's already 16 minutes. Alright. Now, what else you could do if you buy those wraps is you could just tear them like this. And then you can get into them a little quicker. Okay, I don't see anything. Alright. Scope. There's a 2019 River of No Return. It's a P. Scope. P. 2021. Here's one of a new 2024 quarters. No, 2023, sorry. It's a 2023D. So I'll have to check that one with my book. Scope. Another 2022. Here's another Salt River Bay. P. Okay. It's pretty inexpensive hobby because a box of pennies only costs $25. Here's another River No Return. So it's a P. Denver. Here's a Denver Marsh Billings quarter. Denver scope. Alright, let me scope these real quick. What else was I gonna talk about? Whoops. Where'd that quarter go? Well, I dropped 1 quarter, so I'll have to fish that out. Alright, let me check my album real quick. For that 2023D. I do need the 2023D. Alright, well that's a book filler. Alright. So if you want to try to get a box of pennies from your bank, you can, don't go in and ask for a box. I mean, you could, but you can go there and ask for like $5 worth of pennies. And most banks will generally have $5 worth of pennies. And you come there a few times, and then you can ask if you can order a box. Then if they tell you what day you can pick it up, you get there that day. And then after you order 5 or 10 penny boxes, you can be like, penny boxes have been fun, but I would like to try nickels. Nickels is $100 a box. Alright, so the Washington quarter, right under here, under that leaf, that corn leaf, there's a second leaf sometimes. I'm not sure how that happened. I'll check this one under the scope. I've never personally found one. There's a nice 2019. Could be a W. It's a P. Yeah, it's been a while since I found a W. Here's a bicentennial quarter. I generally keep the nicer ones. Now the Denver has strong doubling in Liberty. Can be worth, I don't know. It's been a while since I looked. I want to say 3,000, but that could be wrong. And then if you have a coin with an air, you can always eBay it. Then you can go to sold listings, and then that's how I market most of my quarters. Okay, so here's a Warren the Pacific. This could be a W, but it's not. Then here's a Denver. Here's a 2019 D. Alright, move these over. Alright, so let's go through these that I need the scope. Alright, there's nothing in that. Alright, we have one more roll to do. This is how I hunt quarters. So generally, if I'm not filming it like this, I can spend 2 minutes per roll. There's 50 rolls in the box. So an hour and 40 minutes. Don't see any silver offhand. Alright. Denver. This quarter sounds funny. Looks a bit funny too. Let me get out the scale. No. Put that on. Put a normal sounding quarter. 5.67 grams. 5.71. I don't know. It sounds interesting. Huh. But it weighs the same. There's the normal quarter. It's a lot higher pitch. I'm out to look into that. Alright, let's finish this roll. Could scope that one. Turn off my scale. I need to scope that one. Could be the Spitting Horse. And could scope that one. Right, 4/4 the scope. Alright. Nope. Alright. Well, that's how I hunt quarters. I hope you find this helpful. Alright. Thanks for watching. Yep. Happy hunting, and thanks for watching. And if you do go to Walmart, some Walmarts used to have these coin counters. They just fill them up to the level, and you dunk out the extra ones. That's how I roll my quarters. And then you can just take these quarter wraps and slide them right over the quarters down there. And then they can be in your roll. Alright. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Happy hunting. Alright, I'm still here. I got them all rolled. And then if your pin works, get my other pin. If your pin works, you can just run over them real quick and get lines. And generally most banks won't care if they have lines on them. And that's how I know. But if your bank that you go to has a coin counter there, sometimes they'll let you buy bags of coins off the coin counter. Or you could just dump your coins in that. Alright, thanks for watching. See you later.